Let's embark on a fascinating journey to explore the origins of life. The universe began with the Big Bang, a cataclysmic event that marked the beginning of time and space. That's interesting. But what triggered the Big Bang? What existed before the universe came into being? Those are questions that have puzzled scientists for centuries. While we don't have definitive answers, there are several theories that attempt to explain the origins of the current universe. The famous one is the Big Bang theory, which says it started with a big explosion in void or nothingness. Another theory is singularity theory, which suggests the universe was compressed into a hot, high-pressure ball that exploded to form the current universe. Continued version of the theory suggests that after billions of years, our universe will again compress to the hot, high-pressure ball and explode to form newer version of universe. This cycle is infinite, yet the very beginning is unknown. Another theory proposes that the entire cosmos is like a brain membrane made of multiverses. Universes collide, expand, combine, and are destroyed over time. This is an endless process. So, science lacks clarity on the source of creation. Alright, what do we know about the journey of creation? Sure. Let me take you through the journey of creation step by step. The Big Bang, 13.8 billion years ago. The universe began with a massive explosion, expanding at an unimaginable speed. Formation of basic particles. As things cooled, tiny particles like protons, neutrons, and electrons began forming. First atoms, 380,000 years later. These particles combined to form atoms, mainly hydrogen and helium. Stars and Galaxies, 100 million years later. Gravity pulled these atoms together, forming stars and galaxies. Our solar system, 4.6 billion years ago. A cloud of gas and dust collapsed to form the sun and planets, including Earth. Early Earth. The young planet was volcanic, and comets brought water, making it ready for life. The first life forms, 3.5 billion years ago, chemicals combined to form molecules that eventually gave rise to the first living cells. Molecules like RNA and DNA allowed replication and evolution to begin. That's an incredible journey. So, life on Earth began due to chemical reactions. Can we create life the same way today? While we understand parts of how life began, creating life from scratch is still beyond our abilities. Let's begin from a time when Earth had two kinds of things: living and non-living, biological and non-biological. Non-biological things like atoms exist forever. Biological things like RNA and DNA are born and die. The first simple life forms soon realized this and didn't give up on their existence. Instead of dying out, it started making copies of itself. This is called replication. However, these copies were never perfect. Small mistakes or mutations occurred, leading to new life forms. Some mutations were helpful and made life stronger, while others were not. This is how evolution began. Learning, adapting, and growing over millions of years. I see. What was the start point when early life began to learn and develop intelligence on survival? How did they develop the problem-solving skills? How did they develop solutions? Excellent questions. Unfortunately, we do not have answers for them. Okay, so life somehow understood that it wouldn't exist forever and would eventually die. Despite not knowing how it came into existence, life did acknowledge its existence and didn't want to give up on it. As a result, it started replicating itself, creating multiple copies. Due to mistakes in replication and mutations, various other forms of life emerged, which also underwent mutations, participated in replication, resulting in expansion of life. Was the process exponential? Not exactly. Resources were limited, so survival became a competition. Different life forms evolved in parallel. These groups, called alleles, competed for survival. You may have heard the saying, "Only the fittest survive." They had to adapt to their surroundings and evolve to fit perfectly to live longer. But how did life realize anything? Why did it want to survive? That is still a mystery. We call it spontaneous. Somehow, life just knows that it must survive and continue. Now, here's something interesting. Early life figured out how to fit in the best possible ways and to increase the possibility of survival. To survive, they had to develop new abilities called traits. For example, some life forms became faster to escape danger. Some became stronger to fight for food. Some developed better senses like sight and smell to find food easily. Some grew defensive traits. Some developed camouflage to hide from predators. The process where only the strongest and smartest survive is called natural selection. Over millions of years, this led to the evolution of different species with unique abilities. That's mind-boggling. All the struggling of life is to survive, to fit and adapt, continuously evolve to be the best version, and to participate in the competition. That's right. Evolution is continuous, but the life is short-lived. All life should die someday. How did life manage to survive for millions of years? And most importantly, how did evolution continue with this birth and death cycle of life? Your questions were also raised in scientific community. The answers to them are exciting. Let me explain it to you.